This SOS known as $O by many of his fans because he's won so much money in StarCraft 2. He's 7-7 in Proleague, and his Protoss versus Protoss gives him a 4-2. Not a bad Protoss player at all. He had a bit of a slump early on in the first round,
yeah.
but he started to get up better and better.
That's really what hurt him. Sorry to cut you off there, but that's really what hurt him. I mean, he started off 0-5, I think. And then from there, you can tell like his record has been 7-2. So he's definitely on the big upswing, and he's definitely one of the best Protosses we have here at Pro League. Here's a guy he is facing, Stork, a guy who's become more vocal recently, especially about balance and how Protoss is in trouble against Terran, even though it doesn't really seem to show in the in the results. But that's Stork. That's Stork.
That's Stork for you. He did play a very hard Codes group and did get through. So a lot of Stork fans really happy about that. His arrow points east. I feel because he's got a negative ratio in Pro League. He has played some really, really bad games, but still that Codes result shows through. He's playing against a champion, though, in SOS. Let's find out who's going to take this game on Maze.
LTA는 SK텔레콤.
Up here in the top left on Maze in the green for Jin Air Green Wings, it is SOS.
And down here at the bottom right in the pink for Samsung Galaxy Con, it's Stork. Not Hero, he's playing later.
Yeah.
So.
And these guys now cross positions on this gigantic map with a ton of rocks all over it. We did not have the introduction to this map or anything like that, but you guys know that it takes a long time to get across this map. There's so many different rocks that are blocking different pathways, so many rocks you can break down to block the pathways as well, especially in the front of your natural. You can use that to defend, if you want to go for a hatchery, nexus, CC first, something you can use, something that Protosses have used before to defend nexus first actually on this map in PvP.
Well, if you look at the last 5 matches of SOS, he's 4-1, the opposite of Stork, who's 1-4. So, just goes to show how underperformed Stork has been just recently, whereas SOS has been looking a lot more solid. It looks to be that we're going to have a slightly faster gateway going up here for SOS, and almost I wondered if we were going to see a Nexus first from Stork, but it doesn't look to be that way. I don't know how viable even Nexus first is in this map, but we saw it work before. We'll see if it ends up coming into fruition ever again. I don't think we're going to see anything outside of PvPs on this map for a while. I thought we might see a TVT, but neither of these teams I feel has the Terran player they want to spend on this map, so it just keeps on being PvPs. If we ever see a Zerg picked on this map, I will freak out. And
I think we did have one Zerg pick, actually.
Didn't we? Yeah, we did. Who was it? It was... I want to say... Anyways, I'm pretty sure he got owned. That's
yeah,
all
he did get owned.
I don't know what else to say, but we did have a Zerg on this map, and I remember being surprised by it. Like, I think I erased it from my memory.
Yeah,
but
I think it went for the Nidus in the main with the roaches and stuff.
Yeah.
But like it was just covered. Like there was so much vision of the whole base, and
I want to say that was Rogue actually who tried that. I'm not sure though.
May have been. I think it was against Marine King, but not exactly sure.
No, you're right. It was definitely Marine King. Now, we have a Stargate going up for SOS, and it looks to be that Stork wants to hide his own Stargate close to his opponent's base. So if SOS goes Phoenixes here by any chance, and Stork goes for Oracles, then this might end up being a build or a loss for Stork because, you lose that first Oracle, you lose momentum, you lose control of the sky. Phoenixes are on the map. On a big map like this, it's even more important to control the sky like that. So we'll see. He's going to come over here and scout the main base now. He's already scouted the other 2 positions. Othership Core is going to try to deny, but I think he might be able to go in. Nope, he doesn't commit to it. And
Probe gets away, though, to
yeah,
survive.
I don't think he could have actually, unless the Mothership Core was on move command, escaped there.
Yeah. SOS starts at Phoenix. That's pretty unfortunate for Stork. I mean, with a proxy Stargate like this, and even with the Phoenix flying right over it, that's going to be so unfortunate. If you're going to go for proxy Stargate, you're not going to proxy Phoenixes. It doesn't really make any sense. So, of course, he's going to go for this Oracle.
He's actually really lucky that he scouts the Phoenix so he can cancel this. He better cancel that. Is he actually just going to Chrono Boost that out?
Looks like he may
What
go
is he
for
thinking?
It.
Like,
well, he's adding 2 more gateways. Maybe he feels, since there's going to be a bunch of Phoenixes in the sky, he can just be really aggressive with Oracles and 3-gate.
Let's see how much this does. I want to watch it. Yeah, I don't know about that one, Stork. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that was the wrong choice, Stork.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know. That was like, I can't believe I just watched that happen. Well, with the 2 gates going up, he is likely to accomplish nothing against this many Phoenixes. Also, the Mothership Core going up. SOS, of course, doesn't know about the gateways.
But he's about to see it.
Yeah.
He's going to come in and know. And actually, if he just makes, you know, some sentries back at home, he should be totally fine.
I think he doesn't even really have to do that. I think he could just make a Nexus and, like, then make the sentries. He's already... I mean, the robotics is a pretty smart choice here, too. He's playing it safer than he needs to, I guess, because, I mean, the rest isn't just so far. He's got Phoenixes to spot the forward pylons. You should be able to maybe kill those. Void Ray's coming out now, too. Like, I do not see him dying here with all those lifts that he's going to have. He did use a lot of lifts on probes. Stark going to go ahead and pick off a probe here. He has 5 Stalkers at the front, 5 Stalkers in total. And he does need that Void Ray, but he's got the Nexus Cannon to buy time. We have seen players die, on the other hand, due to bad Void Ray control in situations like this, but he doesn't have Blink, and Blink is like a million years away, it feels like. It's just only now started. The first Immortal's on the way, too. And that Void Ray pops out.
The one thing, though, that Stork did not do is force the Nexus Cannon, so like it's not like he's even waiting for the timer to go down and then go in. It's like he didn't even force that. There's an Immortal on the way with the Void Ray, and he just knows. He just has to back off. I mean, I feel like for Stork right now, what he has to do is just sit back and try to get a Nexus up. I don't feel like he's going to do any damage with this attack.
I don't think so. Well, okay, this is a bit odd. Still, though, it's impossible to kill Phoenixes with Stalkers that don't have Blink if you're on top of them on your control. That pylon looks like it will fall. It's going to be a bit painful for Stork, who's already supply blocked. Will be further supply blocked. Starts 1 pylon at home. He needs 2, actually. And the Phoenixes are over here, just really nice control, but just going to kill some of these Harvesters. Why not? He's not being attacked anymore, so... Well, actually, I take it back. He is being attacked.
Yep, he's actually going to, need those Phoenixes back at home. He's only got 1 Immortal right now and 2 Void Rays. That second one just popped out, but with the Nexus Cannon, should be okay for now. And actually, that forward pylon lives, I believe. Yeah, it does. So he still is going to have that forward warping point.
Starting an Oracle right now is SOS. He's going to try to go and do some counter harassment with that. Blink is done now. And this game is actually starting to normalize. Despite that, I thought SOS would really be a bit further ahead than he is now. Losing all the energy on the Phoenixes, losing those Phoenixes earlier too. It's a lot of Stalkers now that have Blink. He has 2 Immortals and 2 Void Rays. Attacking into this directly with perfect micro, you might be able to pull it off, but it's not going to be easy. 3rd Immortal is now on the way.
Yeah. I mean, the more time he sits here not attacking, he's actually just putting himself deeper and deeper into the hole because SOS is just pumping out Immortals, and what is the direct counter to Blink Stalkers? It's Immortals.
I just wonder if Stork should try to take a 3rd base here right now instead of making more Stalkers, because it's not going to be easy to take a 3rd base and transition out here once his opponent tries to break down, especially because of things like this. The Phoenix is waiting there for this exact reason. But I feel like he's like almost got enough to break through. But like you said, the longer he waits, the worse off he's going to be. Okay, this Oracle is coming in here at the perfect time after the Stalkers are distracted. You can actually lift up the Stalkers to do more damage.
He's just going to lift up all 3, and he's going to chase these probes away. They're not mining right now. This Oracle is getting more and more kills. Oh, Stork just not in a good position. Very well done by SOS. I like the idea with the Oracle as well.
It's down to 21 probes, so even taking a Nexus now is not that appealing because it doesn't have enough probes to really saturate that. 2 Zealots being warped in on the high ground here to tank some shots, maybe try to get that sentry down. Well, that was a bit weird.
Yeah, doesn't get the sentry.
He needs to just kill these rocks. Like, he's not going to break down that small ramp. even without the sentry being there, like he's got a concave of stalkers down there. It's always going to be tough to engage. Needs to kill that probe. Oh, misses it. So the Nexus is actually now started for Stork. He's trying to get his way back into this game. Zorgal with 6 kills and coming near the stalkers, nowhere to be seen as they were chasing the Phoenix away. 8 kills now, 9 kills.
And it lives. And he could even get another one over here. 10. Oracle's going to get away.
Yeah, there are 4 Immortals now, and he breaks out. This is not known to Stork. He didn't have any spotter. This pylon will likely be the first to go. Oh, it might be get these 2 stalkers. Make sure he uses his prismatic alignment. Well, he does use it now, but the stalkers actually avoid this blink into the main base. But they're going to find themselves a bit trapped here against the Void Ray damage output. All of these Immortals, he wants to blink down. He blinks forward into the Nexus cannon and still in range of 2 more Immortals, and all the stalkers are going to die here, and so are Stork's chances of taking a game here. Doesn't matter that he has a Nexus up at home. He has nothing to defend it. And,
yeah. and he still doesn't even have enough probes to make it, worth it. So, blinking a little bit forward, being a bit too aggressive here, I believe. And
wow, even losing 1 more there.
He survives 1 stalker, the lone survivor stalker is going to get away. And SOS is just like, well, I'm just going to start a Nexus because there's nothing you can do to stop me.
Yeah, you can get the Nexus for free, and then the Warp Prism that he makes will just reinforce the attack. Could add some gateways too. Stork is going into super turtle mode right now. He's killing some of these cooling towers to actually set up rocks, but well, he only just now got his mothership core, so he's not going to have a lot of energy when he does get back. Well, I think he might actually kill this Oracle this time. Nope, not quite.
Doesn't blink on it, and actually gets 1 kill over here as well. These 2 Phoenixes together have 7 kills, not including the kills from the Phoenixes that died earlier on. Make that 8 kills.
He's doubling the worker count right now. These Immortals are going to make quick work of these rocks. Now, notice that SOS, unlike the player that we saw last week, he was playing against Hero, I think, who's actually going to... Although I was going to say he should kill both rocks before he goes in. We've already seen this cause somebody to lose a game before. I think killing both rocks is definitely the best way to go. He's even going to kill the backdoor rocks.
Yeah. Stork is going to see that with that pylon, but I'm not sure if there's anything he can do about that.
I'm not even sure if he knows about it, to be honest.
Well, he even kills the rocks back there to protect his army from behind.
All right, now he knows, of course. I think he just doesn't want those rocks to fall on his army in the middle of the fight, maybe. As it turns out, I mean, he's going to find her. That is a big, scary monster.
There's a monster in the corner, like, we don't even know what that does yet.
Well, it looks very similar to a Diablo 3 boss, and it's not the easiest level to beat, actually, on Brutal. The only one I had to retry. But it doesn't do anything on this level, that's for sure. At least as far as I know, Brendan. He doesn't breathe fire.
You get too close, he breathes fire on your army, you lose all your shields.
I mean, look at this. There are 7 Immortals. 7. And that's the unlucky number, actually, for Stork.
Yep.
He's actually just going to walk home?
I feel like this is actually too safe.
Well, I think it's actually okay, but maybe it is too safe, but he's just not confident that he can win the game. And I think this is like SOS being like, well, what's the one way I could lose this game? Probably just a bad engagement where I attack into him. Let me just go get Tempest and contain him. I can take a 3rd Nexus. There's nothing that Stork could do about it.
Yeah. I feel like this is just more safe play out of Jin Air. I mean, we saw Maru do, not the same thing because he's Terran, but more so just safe play where he was ahead, but he didn't want to lose it in just 1 engagement. He was just like, well, let me make a bunch of turrets and push forward slowly, make planetaries, and then slowly poke at the Nexus and do damage like that instead of just going for the all-out attack here. And SOS doing something similar, making 2 Tempests at a time now.
Yeah, playing it safe. Just going to control the map this way. If, for example, his opponent goes into Colossi for some reason, he will have that air superiority to deal with that. You can just start poking away at buildings as well. He has these Phoenixes to keep going over and scouting whether there's a 3rd base or not. Anything he wants to see, he'll be able to see it. Bunch of Blink Stalkers actually coming over here, though, and Stork is a bit out of position, or rather, SOS is a bit out of position. The Stalkers don't have a lot of space to run, though. And GG doesn't even want to try it anymore.
Gets force fielded in. I think he saw the extra Stargate as well, and so maybe saw the Tempest coming out. He's like, well, this is just not possible.
I think he was like, well, you have like way more Immortals than I have Stalkers. This might be a problem. This could be an issue. Yeah. Jin Air takes a 2-0 lead here. Cool build by Stork, but I think the defensive player is oftentimes going to have the advantage on this map just because of its sheer size, the rocks, and everything else that we've already seen come to pass. Now, we are going to have our next match, Cure versus Roro, a Terran versus Zerg. Roro, I think, very favored